Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, Excel is too heavy? The tale of how Sanjay and two barcode printers unnecessarily visit Newquay on an August bank holiday. Sorry, you cannot run that. File conversion gone sideways. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Excel is too heavy? A support ticket that once graced my service desk. A user messaged the service desk all in a fluster, as they were in urgent need of an Excel workbook. The Excel in question was supposedly too heavy for them to put in an email, and they needed it now. What meme? Here sits me with scenes of the user wrestling their mouse around because of such a cumbersome file. Since the file was too big to cram into an email, our helpful user provided the file path of it on the file share. Record skips, hold up meme, SRSLY? Meme. The file share that they already have access to? Thinking that there must be some miscommunication, either in the fact that they are wanting to send the Excel to someone rather than receive it from someone, or maybe they don't have access to the file share at the moment and someone has told them where it is. So, I take a jaunt over to the file to have a sneaky wee look-see at our gigantic Excel file, and as Bill Gates is my witness, our Excel was indeed Excel. Asterisk Doge meme such big, many large, very wow. At over 60 megabytes it would indeed be unable to be squished into an email, as our exchange is limited to 25 megabytes, and whilst I'm looking for the file, and about to ask them if the file is being sent to them, from them, going internally or externally etc. Agent A.N.Other suggests sticking the workbook on a diet, by removing some of the extra sheets from our behemoth of a file. The user removes a couple sheets and gets the overall size down to 2 MB, then thanks us and goes on their merry way. Never did find out where it was going. The tale of how Sanjay and two barcode printers unnecessarily visit Newquay on an August bank holiday. Back in the late noughties I worked in the Midlands in the UK for a large drinks distribution company. We delivered wine, spirits, beer, cider and minerals, soft drinks to you and me, for everybody from the Dog and Duck Pub in Lower Carronhall to Glastonbury Festival and Chelsea Football Club. To make this happen we had several strategically located distribution centres around the UK, one of which was in Newquay in the far southwest of England. For the benefit of any non-Brits, a heck of a lot of people like to visit this part of the UK during the summer. It has fantastic family-friendly beaches, surfing for all levels, World Surfing Championship rounds get held there, stunning marine landscapes of little coves, dramatic cliffs, and lengthy beaches, tea shops serving scones and cream, cider farms, steam train rides, cutesy farms for toddlers to pet little goats, an ice cream van round every corner. You get the idea, there's something for everyone. The influx of so many people in the summer means a leap in local demand for drinks, plus every Saturday there are enormous traffic jams in and out of the region as huge amounts of people leave, and an equal amount of new people arrive. To give you an idea, I once drove down to Cornwall from Birmingham on the August bank holiday Saturday. It took me 6.5 hours to get down there. The following Tuesday, I drove back home in just under 3 hours. One Saturday morning the phone goes in IT support. We only had a skeleton shift at the weekends and used to take it in turns to be on call. Today it was Sanjay's turn. Hi, this is the Newquay warehouse, our Zebra printer is broken and won't print out labels. A broken Zebra printer was bad news. The way the warehouses worked is once things came in they got barcode labels prior to being put away. You need those barcode labels to confirm to the warehouse management system where you put things, and again to confirm picking when you need to pull them to ship out. If you can't print labels you can't receipt anything in, and you can't print dispatch labels for goods out so the delivery drivers know which case of wine or barrel of beer is for which customer. Because a lack of barcode labels is such a showstopper, each warehouse had a trained super user, a spare Zebra printer, lots of spare labels, network cables, everything they'd need in the short term until help arrived. The model of Zebra thermal printer that we used cost £3,000 and churned out 3 barcode labels a second, each of them roughly postcard sized. Naturally enough Sanjay simply told them to plug in the spare printer, and he'd arrange for a courier to send another spare printer and to collect the broken one. We can't. Our spare printer broke about 2 months ago. This was worse news. Because they were critical to the smooth running of day-to-day operations, there was a very clear director-level agreement between IT and Ops that all warehouses at all times should have one spare Zebra printer for emergency use, and as soon as it got used for something, a high-priority ticket should have been raised to get a new backup replacement ASAP. Clearly this hadn't happened. The warehouse manager owned responsibility, and they had badly f***ed up. Sanjay tried basic triage. Could he ping it? No. Could they try turning it off and back on again? They did so. He pinged again, no joy. Were the lights on at the front of the printer? Yes. What happened if they pressed the feed button? A blank label was spat out. This at least established the printer had power. Was there a network cable plugged into the printer? Yes. And was it plugged into the wall? Yes. Ping, 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 no joy. The warehouse clarified they had one last remaining working printer on the other side in the goods in area, a 90-second walk away from the broken printer which was in the goods out area. Ops could keep working but very slowly, with a lot of walking back and forth between goods in and goods out. If they lost that one, it would be a total shutdown, which would be a disaster. With no options left, Sanjay mentally writes off his weekend, which featured a ticket to watch his beloved Aston Villa play football, jumps in his car with two large Zebra printers for company, a new emergency one and a replacement for the broken one, and begins the long, very slow journey down to the southwest. It ended up taking 8 hours to drive the 245 miles, 395 kilometers. Arriving after the depot had shut for the day, he spends 90 minutes finding a bed for the night. It was the very peak of the season, and falls asleep. 7 a.m. the next morning and the depot is back open, so Sanjay charges in to get the problem sorted out. The diagnosis is very swift, and by 7:05 he's got the printer back online, and seething with barely controlled anger at a ruined summer Saturday, he takes the problem to go back to Birmingham with him. Going against the traffic, because very few holidaying in the southwest leave on a Sunday, he is back by 10:30. Next day is Monday, so all of us are back in the office for a standard day. Sanjay, a normally quiet, lovely, introverted guy, is not being introvert at all. He is still very angry about his upset weekend. During our morning huddle, he rapidly walks us through the whole story: the triage, the fact the backup printer wasn't available, how crap the holiday traffic was, the trouble to find a hotel room, and how he didn't take long in the end to fix the problem. So, one of us ventured. What was it, Sanjay? Oh, the printer was just fine. We could have simply used DHL to ship a backup printer. I didn't need to go at all. Remember I said I asked them if the network cable was plugged into the printer? Yeah. And if the network cable was plugged into the wall socket? They said it was? Oh, it was plugged in at both ends, all right. What the twats failed to mention was the massive gap in the middle of the cable where a dickhead forklift driver had driven over it and chopped it in half. It didn't occur to the super user, or indeed anyone else, to swap the snapped cable out for one of the spare network cables we have left there for them. Or to at least mention to you that the network cable was chopped in half. No. No, at F***king didn't occur to any of them, exclaims Sanjay, who tosses the two halves of the cable onto the meeting room table and storms out. The warehouse manager ended up getting a written warning for no backup printer from the ops director, and the super user got refresher training. Oops. Sorry, you cannot run that. Hello, here is another one of my great tales of high-powered operations. I was going through red flag updates. I do not know if this is a term across the field, yet it was called my prior job. A red flag update is where one of our workstations has not checked in with our GP server for long enough to be either disconnected or out of sync. Me as the poor fool who still had hope for humanity. So, is store owner. Me, calls up the store as I see the machine is online. Hello, this is the IT department. I noticed that your back office machine has not submitted for updates in a while. Is everything alright? So, oh yeah, I got a new machine because last time it updated, I could not run the music website. Me, yes, sorry, we are not allowed to run that software. So, yet I do not want to pay for your music. Me, ma'am, you do not pay for store music. So, then why can I not run this? Me, because it is not authorized music, we do not pay for that, and we can get in trouble for running unauthorized programs and music. So, I do not care. I will not let you update my machine. Me, yes, ma'am, I understand. Here is something. I have admin privileges in the machines and root access, so while she is yelling at me, I push a simple CMD script to run the update after hours. Next day. So, calls IT and gets me. Me, hello IT, this is Grana. How can I help you? So, yes, my web browser is not going to the websites I want. I get a group policy does not allow you to access this site. Me, I am sorry to hear that. What website do you need access to? So, music site. Me, I am sorry to hear that I can put in a ticket for you. It will have to go up to the district and then RVP for approval. So no, just send me another back office computer that works properly. Me, is billing software working? So, yes. Me, okay, then I will have to submit a ticket to the RVP for functional replacement. So, you do that. Me, attache's ticket to prior one of the report of them running unauthorized software. Thank you and have a nice day. I know not really full tech support, yet this is some small joy you can get at level 2 IT. File conversion gone sideways. Circa 1984, and our company makes accounting software. Tax software and general ledger software for accountants who work for various companies. Some companies were converting from Unix to DOS Novell network systems and needed their client files converted. They would send in boxes of 5 diskettes, we'd load them up on the Unix box, and then Unix 2 DOS to convert them, then send them back, and all done. One day we get a box of diskettes, 17 of them, and I'm loading them in. It's all one big backup, so it keeps asking for the next disk when it needs it. I get to number 17 and the system goes wrong disk. I check the label, reinserted, wrong disk. I call the people who sent the backup, hey, it's telling me the last disk is wrong, did you send all the diskettes? She replies, well, it usually takes 17 diskettes to do a backup, but this time after 17, it asked for another diskette, and I didn't have one so I just left 17 in and hit enter. That conversion job wasn't getting done that day. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.